We begin with breaking news in East Point. Multiple cars involved in a crash, leaving several people hurt. It happened at 8 Mile and Hayes. Police telling us a driver heading eastbound on 8 Mile ran a red light. 3 people were inside that vehicle. They're in critical condition right now. 2 others were also hurt. A Terminix truck was also involved, and some sort of substance was released because of this. We're told the hazmat team is there right now. We'll bring you much more tonight. Fox 2 News at 10.
After 5 days of deliberations, the jury in the case against 4 men accused of plotting to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer hand down their judgment. The
jury finding 2 of those men not guilty, and a mistrial is declared for the other 2. Let's get right to Fox 2's Brandon Hudson. He's been following this and all the details from court. Brandon.
Yeah, Roop Taryn, in a split decision like this, we want to use this graphic to let you know what happened with each man. So we have Adam Fox and Barry Croft Jr., a mistrial. Then we have Brandon Caserta and Daniel Harris not guilty on all charges. Now, because this was a federal case, cameras were not allowed in the courtroom, but the court offered a phone line for us to dial in. So we dialed in on our phone, and as the judge and jury got ready for the verdicts for Caserta and Harris, we heard people gasping with excitement. And then we spoke to some of the players involved. Friday morning before lunchtime, we got our first glimpse at progress toward a verdict in the case of the 4 men accused of plotting to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. The jury told the judge they were deadlocked on several counts, so the judge advised jurors to think about their decision over lunch. In the meantime, our Fox 2 crew caught up with Adam Fox's attorney as he returned to the courthouse.
The jury is the one that's going to decide whether the government's made its burden or not I, and certainly we don't have our fortune teller on retainer right now, so we're not sure what's going on with the jury, but we'll find out soon enough.
Then, just before 2 o'clock, the judge returned to the courtroom and read a note which said the jury was still undecided. After a second pep talk, jurors returned at 2:09 to announce a mistrial for Adam Fox and Barry Croft Jr. and a not guilty verdict for Daniel Harris and Brandon Caserta.
I think what the FBI did is unconscionable, is what I think. And I think the jury just sent them a message loud and clear that these tactics are not going to be, we're not going to condone what they've done here.
Michael Hills, Caserta's attorney, spoke about the other men who already pleaded guilty before a trial.
Garvin, I think, pled too soon. He didn't get to see the discovery and how, what a predator Dan Chappell was, and what a predator Jason Chambers was to these folks. So he didn't get it. Now I believe Frank's got scared, and rightfully so. I mean, he's facing life in prison.
Prosecutors say in 2020, 13 men plotted to kidnap Governor Whitmer because of her strict COVID-19 restrictions and frustration with government. Defense attorneys for the 4 men on trial rebutted that the men couldn't pull it off and the governor was never in any danger. Although the jury was deadlocked on Adam Fox's charges, his attorney is optimistic about Fox's chance at freedom.
I think that the trial here has demonstrated that there's some serious shortcomings in the case.
So real quick, there were a lot of moving pieces, so I got to give a shout out to Fox 2 photojournalist Todd Bragnon for getting a lot of those interviews that we are able to share with you. Now, look, for people at home, Harris, Caserta, they get to go home. Fox's attorney, Christopher Gibbon, says Adam Fox is detained. He will prepare for another day in court.
Well, backtracking on what the jury wanted to know in the last 5 days, we know they wanted the definition of what a weapon was. They also wanted to see what looked like to be an alleged homemade bomb.
Yeah,
right?
the pennies on
and
that.
The explosive. You just can only imagine where they landed with all of that at the end.
Yeah, and I think that was a lot of the reason why the jury was so deadlocked on making these decisions. Now, when they had talked about this earlier in the day, and we were talking about this right before lunchtime, and they were, deadlocked on some of the decisions. You can hear the judge kind of say, well, hey, look, think about this over lunchtime, but he would not reveal who they were deadlocked on and who they weren't deadlocked on. So maybe if the jurors do speak, it would be telling to find out, how the weapon, the pennies, the weapon of mass destruction, all those definitions played into, who was found not guilty and who was a mistrial.
And possibly the entrapment.
Yes.
Allegations
especially
well,
concerning the 2 guys who pleaded guilty ahead of time.
All right. So we're going to cover this much more tonight on Fox 2 News at 10.
Far from over.
But we'll see how this goes. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.